Now looking for a three-peat of titles. And Helensburgh says plenty about their dominance of this competition, looking to end the longest premiership drought in their history, which is only the 2 seasons. They'll line up this way for Corrimal, Laura Funnell at the back, Anna Raduva and Karina Bell on the wings. Anastasia Shum and Jakota Lynx are the centres. Ashley Swan Hales partners. The Gillaroos star Keely Davis in the halves. Jen Latu up front alongside Melissa Sparrow. Tammy Fletcher, the stalwart, is the skipper and leader at hooker. In the back row, Katrina Latu alongside Olivia Barry, and Josie Strong is the starting 13. For the Tiger Lilies, Brittany Constable at the back, Monica Hassick and Emma Walters on the wings. Jess Surges, 31 tries this season in the centres alongside Chloe Whelan. Monique Elliott and Rachel Pearson the halves. Jasmine Sarin and Shana Pinchinelli up front. Zoe Crane is the hooker. The superstar Kezzy Apps in the back row along Sky Lee Armstrong. And Erin Blackwell, the skipper, locking the scrum, as we just see. A bit of an issue there for Corrimal, and they have. Well, there you go. That is not the start you want to a grand final. A bit of Martin Bella about that. The Bulldogs, 1994. Made a meal of that one at the back. The Cougars. And so it'll be the Tiger Lilies straight on the attack. As we see Davis delivering the restart. And Jasmine Sarin bringing the ball back. That's some good first up contact. So both sides not quite getting what they wanted out of their opening carries. That was Josie Strong and Tammy Fletcher muscling up defensively. Jasmine Sarin wears that one. This is Funnell taking it away from her own line. She's up towards the 20. Fletcher at dummy half. Looking to get through the set, you would be the plan. A first for this Women's League, 2 female coaches for the first time. Sammy Bremner, Helensburgh, New South Wales, an Australian legend of the game, overseeing the Tiger Lilies this season. Alicia Kate Hawke in charge of the Cougars. So see Strong now taking it up towards halfway. She'll play it to Fletcher, to Davis. Davis on the run, involving herself early. Still going Davis. She'll take it up to the 40. Fletcher at dummy half. And Swan Hales heaving that one down. And the bounce is awful. But they have reeled it in over on that side. So some nervous moments at the back for the Tiger Lilies. You'd think we might just see Corrimal go aerial again. This is Hassick coming away from her own touchline there. As we said, these two sides, and that's a good run over there on that side. These two sides, this is the 5th grand final they've contested, no doubt the 2 heavyweights of this competition, and there's some good contact again. Katrina Latu leading the way in that one. Anastasia Shum also involved there. And this is Kezzy Apps. Have to think she'll have a huge say in the way this one plays out, getting involved early on there. She takes it up to halfway. The ball not quite what they were after there. The ball going back in behind, and it's a rushed kick. It'll be Karina Bell who eventually reels that one in. They'll say inside the 10, the call. So a let off there. So the Tigers, just with their first couple of sets, not getting through them as fluently as they would like. There is the touch finder. Jakota Lynx finding touch with that one. Wallace with the inbound pass there to Fletcher. There's Josie Strong with the lock. She's got support on the outside. That's Melissa Sparrow as they go up towards the 30. Fletcher onto Strong again. Heavily involved early on. Josie Strong, of course, a member of the Dragons NRLW system last year. One of the best in this competition is Latu now. She'll settle towards the post. Might do more than that. She's left a defender in her wake there. I think it might be the skipper, Aaron Blackwell, just copying a knock there. Swan Hales. Long ball there for Lynx. Some space on the outside for Wallace, but just a little bit shallow, the winger, and that one goes into touch. But the first genuine scare for the Helensburgh defence down on their own line. Just with it all to do early on in this one. It's been a frantic first 5 minutes as we saw both sides not making the first set count, but just looks like the Cougars a little bit more into their rhythm early on in this one.
I want second rollers lock the bind in properly. Front rollers get the feet right. I'll tell you when to feed it. Next to your lock, please, halfback. Ball in. Out.
It'll be Blackwell away from the scrum. 5-time premiership winner.
Hold. Go 1-8, not square 8.
Plenty of big game experience there, looking to make that count. And that's a great shot. Keely Davis doing it with on both sides of the football there. Now Surgis surging up through the middle.
Hold it, Corrimal, hold. Go 3, this is okay.
Doing it well out of their own end on this occasion, the Tiger Lilies.
Get away, get in square and hold. Hold. Go.
Blackwell with the first carry there, a nice in and away, and that's some good contact again, but she wears it well. Blackwell, hard as nails, the Helensburgh Tiger Lilies skipper, and that'll be a tough take at the back. And Funnel just letting that one bounce. That can be a recipe for disaster, but she reels that in, and there we are, 6 minutes in, and Helensburgh putting together their first really good set there with the footy. Now it's the Cougars with it all to do out of their own end. Wallace away from dummy half. Flung to the ground there by Blackwell. Good work from the Tiger Lily skipper at marker there. Fletcher, well, that's just gone straight through. She's had... Well, Tammy Fletcher there, she's usually safe as a bank there at dummy half. A rare mistake from the skipper. But it'll put the Tiger Lilies right on the attack. Shows how quickly things can turn in this game. So Elliott will feed the scrum. And that pass, a wayward one. Constable having to go back to field at Latu. And I think they're going to say breaking a bit early from the scrum there. Probably an indication that it was Jen Latu bearing down on Brittany Constable there. So a penalty will be a differential. So no thought of taking the two. I doubt it would have been on the Tiger Lilies radar this early in the match. So Zoe Crane with the ball. She comes left to Sarin. So that's good carry from Sarin. 15 metres out. Directly on the scrum line. Crane. Elliott. Some expansive footy on. Surges steaming onto that one, but she was met well there by Keely Davis. A couple of Dragons teammates there. Numbers to the right if they go there. Crane shimmies and goes back towards the post. It's Kezzy Apps at dummy half. She may have a shot from close range. She decides against that. And instead Pinchinelli with the offload. Sarin gets away from one. Gets away from two. Swan Hales clinging on there. Makes the tackle 5 metres out. Tiger Lilies on the attack. It's Pinchinelli. And Surges again. She was running into a bit of a gap over there. The offload still going, so that's good coverage over there from the Cougars. They looked outnumbered on that edge. Good enough to scramble and deny the Tiger Lilies. And there's a shot as well. Josie Strong, I think it was. In fact, it was Katrina Latu over there. All sorts of pressure on the kicker. Now we see Funnel. That's a good carry from the fullback as well. Still going. So chalk that up to the Cougars' defence there. They passed their first test, and now it's Davis. Davis still going. And that looks like it came out. Might have got a little bit of help there. Davis. Not often you'll see a mistake like that from Davis. I think it was the winger there, Emma Walters. She had some good first up contact. Just managed to take the ball out with her. Knock on the call. There might have been the 4, Chloe Whelan over on this side.
arm over, please, 10. Corrimal, 10.
You can imagine it'll be high on the list. Sammy Bremner, of course, a teammate of Davis with the Dragons last year and with the Gillaroos.
Okay, ball in, Dick.
We'll certainly put some sort of game plan in place to try to limit her impact as we see Surge steamy onto that one. Plenty of venom in her carries early on. Jess Surges, as we said, 30-plus tries in this competition, but the Cougars keen to meet her early on in this one, and that pass looked forward and knocked on nonetheless. Just a little bit keen on this edge. Skylee Armstrong it was. Just trying to steam onto that ball into the gap and just overran Elliott slightly there.
Hey, that was better there. Wait for the outgoal, okay? With me, 4. Yeah, hold there, fast, fast, fast. Okay, heads in. Wait there, 4, I'll tell you when. Heads in.
So Dakota Lynx will feed the scrum. That's Josie Strong. Heavily involved early. She takes it up over her own 30. Fletcher at dummy half, options either side. She comes right to Melissa Sparrow there. She'll take it up towards the 40. Fletcher again, bit of a messy play the ball, and that's expansive. Takes a deflection off Davis there, and Surges into the clear. She'll be hard to stop from there. And done very, very well, Funnel. She held on for dear life. The fullback from Corrimal, but Jess Surges steams onto that one. The mistake there from the Cougars. Tammy Fletcher at dummy half, her entire line on her left. Overran the ball there. And she's thrown a loose one. Jess Surges. Give her any space, she will hurt you. Laura Funnel at the back did an admirable job. But the New South Wales flyer, Jessica Surges, scores the first try of the grand final. 4-0 the score. 11 minutes gone. Have to think she'll have a huge say in the way this one plays out. Jess Surges, a hat-trick in the major semi-final a fortnight ago. That game, of course, won by the Cougars, one of the best we've seen in the decade-long history of this league. And early on already shaping to rival that one. It's a tough proposition. Oh, sure. Oh, this one's... Sorry, yeah, this... It'll be Pearson, I think, attempting the conversion. She struck that pretty well, but waved away. So 4-0 remains the score. 13 minutes gone in this one. 30-minute halves here in the women's game. Of course, that can take a long time if you're in front, and it can fly by if you're chasing points. The Cougars will be doing the latter here after surrendering the first try. And it'll be Davis who'll get us back underway. She heaves that one, Davis. Not a bad restart by any stretch. Jasmine Sarah, she'll steam onto it with her head of steam off the dead ball line, and she pinches a good 20 metres there, Sarah, and still going. That's a good carry from the prop. Crane at dummy half. Some line speed now from the Cougars, looking to build some pressure with their defence. Blackwell right into the meat of the Corrimal defence there. Latu and Fletcher making the tackle. She'll play it from her feet, though, as Pinchinelli now takes it over the 40. Want to talk about bloodlines there. Shana Pinchinelli. And from inside the 40, that's not a bad ploy there from Pearson, but she might have just overcooked that slightly. She has. And that will not please Sammy Bremer on the sideline. Important to complete after points. We just see the arms folded there from the legend down there on the sideline. Not the end of that set she was looking for. Latu now taking it up
Up now.
to the 30.
9 when you're in hold. Hold. Got it, 1.
Tammy Fletcher onto Latu. Latu. Still going Latu. Still going Latu.
11 up.
Eventually dragged down. She's 18 metres out from the line. Fletcher having a go from dummy half.
Move, guys.
She's dragged down 5 metres out. Davis at dummy half. She'll be dangerous from there. She'll go second man to Swan Hales. Back on the inside for Strong. Strong near the post there.
Hold.
Defenders converge to make the tackle.
Hold. Got it.
Fletcher, long ball there for Davis. Davis back on the inside for Latu with a head of steam.
Release now, last tackle.
She'll play it just a metre out last tackle. And they'll shift to Davis. She'll look for the kick. The grubber in the in-goal might be a bit too big. And it is.
Watch out here.
So a relieving one there. 7 tackles set now for the Tiger Lilies. Their first real defensive test on their own try line. They pass it with flying colours there. But the Cougars now muscling up in defence. Josie Strong doing the hard work
Hold.
underneath. That's Hasek away, and that's a shot there as well.
Hold here. Hold.
Making it stick. That's Anastasia Shum over there.
Hold
Got the
here.
number 3 on her back, but playing in the middle there and making her presence felt. Blackwell, good contact again. Latu
Tammy, we here.
and Sparrow making the tackle there. It'll be another kick from inside the 40 from Pearson. That's a better one. She's got the angle on it she'd want. And an awkward bouncing ball there for Funnel, but she'll bring it back towards the 30. And a good chase on the kick as well. And that'll be pleasing for Coach Bremner on the sideline.
Lock in and hold. Hold. Go 1, 9, you're off. 9. Hold that. Good now, good
Yeah,
now.
the hard work.
Up now.
And this is Reduva taking it away from dummy half. She'll play it just short of the 30 and go blindside there.
Well, got up.
Karina Bell, not a lot of room to work there.
Go 3, better 9.
Fletcher at dummy half. Almost overrun by her outside man there. Josie Strong, she's gone straight through. She'll be hard to reel in from there. Constable coming. She fends away from a Strong, still going. Well, that's a great try. That's as good an individual try as you'll see. Josie Strong, like a hot knife through butter. Straight through the middle there. She's been very heavily involved early on in this one. And as we said, showing her class there. A member of the Dragons NRLW squad last season. Mostly playing as an outside back. And we saw that just there with the speed. To steam away from that one. Constable, an admirable job there from the number 1. Josie Strong just too big, too strong. An enviable task for both fullbacks early on that one. At this end, we saw Laura Funnel had to deal with a runaway Jess Surgis for that opening try. And on that occasion, Constable had Josie Strong with a head of steam to deal with. And Strong will look to convert her own try. She's taken it a fair way back here. She's about 15 metres off the post, so obviously likes to give herself some wriggle room. So Strong from in front, looking to take a 6-4 lead. 12 minutes to go before the break. And the flags go up. Strong adding the extras. And that's the bounce back the Cougars would have been looking for. As we've mentioned, going for the three-peat of titles this year, but you would think if they can get the win today, just about the most impressive premiership they have in that kit. Huge exodus of players the start of the season moving up to that Sydney competition. Didn't even field a side in round 1 as they looked to get back on the park. It looked like it might be very much a rebuilding year for the Cougars, but says plenty about the culture as we speak. That took a horror bounce there for Lynx. And now to be the Tiger Lily straight back on the attack. As I was saying, plenty about the culture of the Cougars club. The way they bounced back through the year. Of course, handed the Tiger Lilies, who were no doubt premiership favourites this year, bringing Sam Bremner in as coach, Jess Surgis, Kezi Apps. Always looked they're going to be really hard to beat for the title, but the Cougars have managed it twice now. First defeat of the regular season, they handed to the Tiger Lilies, and then the major semi-final as well. So high on confidence this afternoon, you would think, as Blackwell driven backwards there. And you would have to say early on, as Apps now, she'll be hard to stop from close range. That was great work done underneath there. It was strong, and she's still clutching at that shoulder. Got to think hitting Kezi Apps front on it must be like hitting a runaway truck. Crane at dummy half. Pearson. Some space on the outside here for Constable. Constable going, that's great tackle there. It was the winger, Karina Bell, had to make that tackle. And Sarin under pressure there from Sparrow. Good defence from the Cougars. Last tackle. Neat little kick there. Keely Davis going back to field it. She spilt that, but she somehow got it in the hands of Funnel, but they'll say knock on. That was a beautifully weighted kick there from the 7, Rachel Pearson. Certainly got to give the Cougars defence a rap the way they handled that one. It's been back and forth, but when it comes to the contact, so far in this one, the Cougars really making it stick, and that's an awkward bounce as well. Well, the rugby league ball doing neither side any favours this afternoon. On that occasion, Armstrong good enough to reel that in. Sarah now bullocking her way up towards the 20. She goes beyond that as well. Crane at dummy half. Blackwell running the decoy. Elliott on to Pearson. Surgis steaming onto that one, and it's Davis again. Keely Davis giving a Dragons teammate a whack there. And I'm going to say as Apps now, second man, still some space on that side. A bit of a juggle from Constable going for the corner. The Cougars defence good enough again. And knock on in trying to score that one. So again, they passed the defensive test there, the Cougars. The only try they've conceded, of course, was from their own end off the back of a mistake. Surgis marching up the park. But it certainly seems on that side, knowing how dangerous Jessica Surgis can be with the footy. Very physical with the carries as well. But Keely Davis seems to be making it a personal mission over there on that side. Perhaps getting the tip from Coach Hawke there, of course. Hawke well aware of Surgis's capabilities, being a part of Daniel Lacey's NRLW coaching staff. So on both coaching boxes, plenty of inside knowledge on the key women in both sides. Funnel up over the 20. Fletcher propping out there and putting Latu onto it. Jen Latu powering onto that one. She's taken a mountain of stopping this afternoon, Latu, and she might be getting her first spell of the afternoon. And now it's Apps on the counter-attack. And that pass, not the one Sarah was after, and there we go. Well, perhaps now with 7 minutes to go before half-time, some fatigue setting in as we see the Cougars. They replace one Latu with another. Katrina Latu making her way over onto that side. Apologies to Anastasia Shum over there on that side. I think I've been calling Latu every time she's touched the footy. So Lynx will feed the scrum. And it is Shum there taking it up towards the 40. She'll play it quick, play the ball as well. And Fletcher taking advantage there up towards halfway she goes. Met there by Blackwell. There's a couple of stalwarts going head to head. And just a mistake in the play, the ball. And I think she'll protest that one a little bit there, Tammy Fletcher. The defence all over. I think it was Blackwell at marker. Lachlan Greenfield, the referee, having none of that. But for the first time in quite some time, the ball starting in the Tiger Lilies end of the park. They've had a mountain of it in the last few minutes or so. And now we see a mistake made straight away there by the Tiger Lilies. And now Surgis, well, she's come back and she's left. I think it was Melissa Sparrow on the turf. But no advantage the call there. It will be the Corrimal Cougars scrum feed. Very much the grand final. The try apiece for both sides, but neither side giving an inch. Certainly sense this one's going to go down to the wire strong. Now it's for Funnel out wide.
Move now! Hold!
Dragged down there.
Hold!
Fletcher a dummy half again. And Sparrow, nice use of the feet there from the front rower. Goes off the left foot beautifully. Pinches in the 5 metres for a trouble. And now a penalty there. Just laying on a little bit too long. And that might be a bit of a square up. We saw before an error from Tammy Fletcher in playing the footy. Thought there might have been a hint of a penalty in that one. But this time, no hesitation. And the Cougars on the attack. That's Paige Wallace just come onto the park. Plays the ball to Fletcher. Swan Hales onto Strong. Strong powering away into the 5 metre zone for the Tiger Lilies. Tough defensive task here. And Keely Davis there just tipping on some numbers on the right. She might like her chances there, Davis, if she can get some early footy. She does. And she'll go deep in the line dummies. Always thought she was going to have a crack from there. And Surgis there doing some defensive work, just returning serve. Fletcher from dummy half. She's got awfully close. She's got better than that. She's barged her way across. Has the skipper. And with 3 minutes to go before half time, that's a crucial one. And Alicia Kate Hawke, she'll be thrilled from what she's seen from her side in this one. Precious little time spent up at the Tiger Lilies end, but they've come up here twice and come away with points on both occasions. And isn't it great to see the skipper, Tammy Fletcher, getting a try? Because the Female Player of the Year award at the Corrimal Cougars Club is the Tammy Fletcher Trophy. That'll give you some idea of the esteem she's held with in both the club and across the league, the skipper. Showing why there with a crucial try just before half-time. It'll be Keely Davis attempting the extras. And in the context of the game, it's a 6-point lead now with 2 minutes 57 left on the clock. And the way points can be at a premium in a grand final, an 8-point margin here would be huge for the Cougars. And Davis off the short run-up gives it a fair nudge and the flags go up. That's what you look for your big guns in a big game. And Davis, that conversion, kickable, but it was in that really tough zone. The one you should be able to knock over, but they're not easy. But Davis making that one look very easy. The flags go up, 12-4 the score, 2 minutes 20 before half-time. And it's advantage Corrimal. And nice work there from Pearson. She loses her footing as she does it. And now Melissa Sparrow taking it up. She's been industrious in this half. I'll tell you what, kickoff reception, I don't know how often either side practice that during the week, but they've had some difficulties with it, both sides.
Hands away!
And there it is again, a failure to complete after points. And just looking down to the bench, Alicia Hawke just dropping their head there. That's a frustrating one for a coach to see, and crucial timing here. Tiger Lily sensing it. They're quick to pack the scrum. Time off will happen with 90 seconds left before half-time. Having just taken that 8-point lead, the Cougars, they'll be desperate to hold on to it here. Tiger Lilies obviously will be thrilled if they can peg it back before the interval. With 90 seconds to go, we'll see if we see a little bit of a trick shot. We see Kezi Apps there just having a bit of a mini conference there with the halfback Pearson. And you'd have to think she'll be high on the list here. Jess Surgis on that side as well. They'll be looking to get the ball in their hands. Apps hasn't seen a lot of it in this half. Sure, that'll be on the halftime list for Coach Bremner. Looking to get her long-time teammate, the superstar, more involved in this second 30. But it's credit to the Cougars' defence. They haven't given an inch. Elliott will feed the scrum. Pearson has to just jump to catch that one, so she tucks it under the arm. Minute 20 on the clock, so they'll get 2, maybe 3 tackles to have a crack here, the Tiger Lilies. Elliott back on the inside for Blackwell. Blackwell beats one tackle. She'll play it 20 metres out, dead in front of the posts. Minute 9 on the clock, so they might even get through a full set, but that'll be anticlimactic in the end. Not the pass you want as a front rower. Shana Pinchinelli there trying to really steam onto that one, and the pass up around their head. She can't reel that one in. And the Cougars breathe a sigh of relief. 12-4 the score now, 47 seconds left in this one. Be interesting to see how much adventure they have with the footy in this set. Funnel. She's making her way towards the sideline. She's going to go really close to it. But she'll play it 5 metres in from touch in the end. And that's Bell. Take it up towards the 40. Slower play the ball. They won't mind that too much. 20 seconds before the break. And now it's Davis. This is where she likes to strike. Got the 6 on her back this afternoon, but plays a lot of her representative and high-level footy in the 9. Very dangerous in around the ruck as Strong was looking for the offload there and can't handle. Fletcher soccers it out towards her outside women there, but that will be half-time. Thrilling half of football, that one. Frantic back and forth. But it is the Cougars, the defending champions. They'll take a 12-4 lead into half-time. Plenty more to be written in this one. We'll be back with the second half in just a little while.
for referee Lachlan Greenfield to blow time back on.
In this women's grand final, coming right up, it is the Cougars, 12-4 to the good. We hear the voice of the finals, Gary Harlow there. He says it's best. 30 minutes to decide who the champions for 2019 will be. They've managed to counterpunch well there, the Cougars. 2 journeys up to the Tiger Lilies' end in that first half for 2 tries. Most of it they spent camped on their own end and defensively been certainly up to the task. Conceded the 1 try, which was against the run of play from an error. Other than that, defensively faultless in that half, the Cougars, as Davis gets us underway. And Sarin with some time to wind up. And she does it. She takes it up over the 20. Even further, edging towards the 30. That's the good start to this second 30 for the Tiger Lilies. Craig now onto Blackwell. Blackwell off her right foot, straight at Latu there.
Move, mate.
There's a collision. Crane now onto Pinchinelli. And she's dumped on her back again. It's tough physical work defensively from the Cougars. It was Latu again. Josie Strong also right in the thick of it. And Kezi App, she goes through the middle. So slow going there. Have earned their work there. Latu and Strong, they've made 3 back-to-back tackles there as a pair. And now it's Blackwell again. Second carry of the set from the skipper. Trying to lead from the front. And they'll go in behind Pearson. She'll send this kick down. It'll be an awkward bouncing one again. Although it's probably going to sit up nicely there for Funnel, it does.
Good now.
And one of the chasers called out there. And wisely stays out of it. And so the Cougars now, they'll have to do it tough out of their own end here. Lynx now take it away straight at Kezi Apps. That's not well advised there. She's put on her back. And Latu, there's some good contact.
Play the ball. Go, 3.
Cougars now just in their own side of the 40. Latu just loses a footing there.
Up now, 12. Go.
Fletcher at dummy half. Davis, flat ball there. Line ball at best, you'd call it. On to Katrina Latu, who takes it over halfway. So not the most fluent of sets, but they'll get to the end of it. Davis steps off her right foot before putting the kick down. Constable coming forward, and she reels that in. And Davis chasing her own kick, putting them all onside. So not the prettiest set you'll see all match, but it does the job there for the Cougars and makes the Tiger Lilies now having to do it out of their own end. And they're a bit slow coming back on side, and we see that in these sorts of big games often.
Move 11, Tammy, we're here.
Just the stoppage at half-time, bit of adrenaline dump. It can be hard to get going out of the break. Hassick away. Still going, Hassick. Perhaps the smallest player on the park, but she took a mountain of stopping there. Now Surgis all the way over from the right edge there to get a carry. It was a good one. And good contact again. Josie Strong. Well, she's odds on for the Julie Nicol medal at this stage, Josie Strong. The try, the conversion, and so solid in defence. There's Funnel now. It bounces up for a well again, and she takes the metres, and that's a shot. Bang. Well, there you go. You can't fault the courage of the number 1. She wound up straight at the international, Kezi Apps. Might just regret that slightly, but plenty of courage there from the number 1. Now it's Bell edging her way towards the 40. Fletcher at dummy half again. Strong. Sarin away from marker. One of the veterans looking to lift her side defensively. Fletcher does well there to draw the markers, and that's putting Latu in behind the ruck. Clever work there from the number 9.
Last tackle, let go, 11.
She'll play it to Fletcher. And now it's Davis on the short side with some space, but she'll put the kick down, and Hassick coming forward, and she takes that quite easily. The end pinches some metres. Although driven back there, Anastasia Shum. She's taking the power of stopping on this side, the number 3 for the Cougars. And Constable now
13,
pushing her way forward. Contact there. Davis, ball and all.
Go, 3, good there.
Launching herself there, Katrina Latu. She couldn't make it stick.
Off the ball
Perhaps
now.
fortunately for
Go for.
the Tigers. And there we go, Jess Surgis. Uncharacteristic error from the star. Perhaps just looking up and just trying to spot out where she was going to carry that footy. She puts the arms up. Sorry, girls. We have seen both sides go to their bench. Perhaps this is the time to do it. This just 5 minutes into this one.
All the way in.
But you think come the crunch time, we'll see all the big guns on the park at once.
Make sure your head's all the way in. Okay, ball in. Out.
And Josie Stronger from the back. Swan Hales. Neat work off the right foot.
Move 12.
And Fletcher now a penalty on the back of it. Coming up with the footy.
When you're ready.
Referee Lachlan Greenfield asserting his authority early on. And I think they're just going to go for the tap, the Cougars. Not going to risk the touchline. Not a lot of breeze there. And that's a good shot there from Sarin.
Hold.
Cougars there suggesting it might have crept up, but look good from here. Is Strong again through the middle. Josie Strong, she's dragged out 5 minutes out and spills it as well.
No advantage.
Some great last-ditch defence there. Brittany Constable at the back. And we saw in the first half she had plenty of difficulty trying to drag down Strong. She scored that first half try, but on that occasion, the number one equal to the task, denying the Cougars what would have been a crucial try with still 25 minutes to go. But a margin of 14 would be very, very steep climb back for the Tiger Lilies. As again, they'll be forced to do the hard stuff out of their own end. And it is Kezi Apps off the right foot. Kezi Apps, she's in the clear. She's dangerous from anywhere on the park. Funnel coming in there. She is. She's away. Keely Davis giving chase. Davis is going to get there. And she's looking for support now. Absent Davis. Well, that's a try saver. As good as you'll see. But numbers everywhere. And Davis again looking for the one-on-one strip as well. She might have got it. No, they'll say Tiger Lily's ball. A mountain of numbers out there on the left if they go there. Blackwell, the draw and pass on that side, and there it is. And she's dropped it over the line. Well, there you go. Dakota Lynx with the last-ditch effort. Denying Chloe Whelan on that side, but Keely Davis, the Cougars superstar, dragging down her Dragons teammate there, Kezi Apps. You backed her with your house when she broke into the clear. But just hit the quicksand close to the try line, and Davis jumped about a metre in the air to drag her down and then made the backup tackle and deny the Tiger Lilies their hit back. But just a reminder of the capabilities this Tiger Lilies side does possess in your likes of Apps, Surgis. Dangerous from anywhere on the park, although the Cougars now lifted by that defensive effort.
Hold.
Swan Hales onto Latu. Standing in the tackle, Latu. 45 metres out from the Tiger Lilies line. And now it is Davis at first receiver.
Let go, 13.
And Olivia Barry will play this one. Davis again. Just putting funnel into a bit of a space there, but Jess Surgis dragging her down. And Davis, long ball there. I'm not even sure if Barry was expecting it, but she reels it in. And that'll be 5 and last. No doubt they'll go to Davis for the last tackle option, and she'll go long. Swan Hale, some numbers, good vision. And the play breaks down, and they had the overlap there. Good eyes up play there from Davis on this side and Swan Hales the 7, but their outside women there just went to sleep, perhaps expecting the kick. And a golden opportunity goes begging there for the Cougars.
Here, Corrimal. Let's have a look here. 7. Here we are. Left side. Time on.
So the Tiger Lilies starting this set from inside their 20. Sarah and Tylus up front.
Up now.
Does the grunt work up towards the 30.
Go one.
Crane at dummy half. Pinchinelli. And, well, that's a great tackle underneath again.
Play on.
Throws it out the back there, Pinchinelli, but that was Josie Strong again. Well, she's on a mission this afternoon.
7.
The Cougars lock forward.
Lock in square. Hold. Go.
Elliott met there in the tackle of Barry. And that'll be a penalty. She just lay all over Elliott there. Did Olivia Barry. No choice almost, but for referee Lachlan Greenfield to put the arm up there. And you just sense the Tiger Lilies needed that one. Looking under the pump, coming out of their own end there. But now right back on the attack. We've constantly wrapped the Cougars' defence this afternoon.
There you go. Yep.
They'll have to face up to another test here. Surges onto Apps. And we said quiet by her lofty standards in the first half, Apps, but already making her presence felt early in this second stanza.
Outside.
And Elliott on the left. Dummies on the inside. That's a good tackle, one-on-one by Swan Hales.
Get in square. Oh, 13.
Elliott plays it to Crane. Sarin, she'll settle towards the post. And Tammy Fletcher there underneath doing the defensive
Get in
work.
square and hold. Go. 3.
Sarin plays it. Some numbers on that side. And just the runners getting in each other's way there. The ball hits the deck and another reprieve for the Cougars. Look like the Tiger Lilies runners there, just both looking at the same gap. And one of them coming off second best. It's just been the story of their afternoon. Thus far, the Tiger Lilies just a little bit sideways in what they're doing. The outside passes just putting a bit of pressure on the runners. The Cougars, they'll breathe a sigh of relief there and a chance to regroup. Much like the first half, a lot of defensive work to do early in this one. But they've been equal to it. While we're here, Gary Harlow, got to give him a rap. The tunes this afternoon. What a choice. That'll get you through the afternoon. And in fact, it was Elliott, the number 6, who just came off second best there. One of her runners on the outside cleaning her up. So a knock on the call. On the last tackle, it'll be a changeover. Swan Hales with the ball.
Tackle 0. Go.
And the Tiger Lilies. Bounce of the ball hasn't gone for them this afternoon, but you just sense they can sniff out an opportunity to get back in this one. And Alderdice now takes it up towards the 20.
Hold.
And she's almost spilt that in playing it, but she holds onto it. Davis back on the inside for Strong. What a 1-2 punch that's been for the Cougars this afternoon. Now Davis again at first receiver. The long ball there. A juggle. It dumps it out the back. Davis, she'll look to play it. Kezzy Apps making the tackle. Fletcher, Olivia Barry. Tucks the ball under the arm, takes it up towards halfway.
Last tackle 8. Go.
That's what you want to see from the back rower. Swan Hales now, she'll put the kick down. An early one. And Walters, she'll just bounce that off the torso. And they're going to say knock on. And, geez, I tell you what, I don't know about that one. Looked like deliberately let that one bounce off the torso. Emma Walters on that side. Lachlan Greenfield, of course, much more across the rules than I am. But if it were me, I would have given her the benefit of the doubt there. But knock on the call. And now the Cougars. Chance to really turn the knife here.
Heads in. Ball in. Out. Up now, 11. Hold. Go. 1. Move now. Back foot. 2.
And Swan Hales now. 8
Let go.
metres out.
Hold.
Davis at first receiver, standing start. Second play there for Funnel.
Let go now, 3.
Fletcher
Line.
rushing into dummy
Hold.
half. Already scored
Go.
one try from close range. Tempted to have another crack. She won't. Olivia Barry instead
Last tackle.
dragging this one forward.
Hold the line. Go.
And Fletcher, the decoy there from Strong. Keely Davis, that's a good kick in behind if it sits up, but it won't. So just overcooks that one, Davis. And a 7 tackle set, again the result. I think Keely had a time again. She might have put that one just a little bit higher.
In the middle.
Let it float into the in goal, but into the back fence it goes. And Crane, well, she's got the restart underway there, and the rest of her teammates 15 metres behind.
Hold. Go. 0.
So you sense the shoulders maybe just slumping slightly for the Tiger Lilies
Up
as
now,
Blackwell
15.
met there by Pesser and Shum on this side.
You good
And
there,
Sarah in
15?
her second carry of the set. She's not going to die wondering.
Hold. Let go. Hold.
The veteran prop.
Hold. Go. 2.
Crane now. Onto Elliott. Back on the inside there for Pinchinelli.
12. Roll away now. Hold.
Pinchinelli plays it to Crane. Elliott.
Play on.
Pearson.
Run, no chance.
Dummies on the inside.
Outside.
And some space on the outside there for Constable, but that's a great tackle.
Move. Hold here. Got it. 4.
Anna Reduva on this side, making that one.
Held. Last tackle.
It's
6.
Monique Hassick now. Will play it on the last. Pearson, she has to come back to the right and kick it behind. She's chasing. And Reduva lets that one bounce and Funnel will field it. And so, not the ideal one, but Pearson does well. The kick in behind leads the chase. That's what you want to see from your number 7. And now Surgis looking to monster Reduva there, but Reduva does well to slip the tackle. Ultimately dragged down there by Apps. And Anastasia Shum now taking it up over the 20.
Move. 18. Get square.
And the Tiger Lilies really making their presence felt. Defensively here, Swan Hales on for Latu. And just as it looked like
Move
they
now.
were fading out of this one, the Tiger Lilies,
Hold.
with their defence, generating some momentum. Davis back on the inside for Strong. It's a pet play. She's into the clear, Strong. She's got Davis in support on the outside. I think she'll look to use it. She dummies Strong. And Josie Strong, Surgis with the tackle, but she's got there. Josie Strong. Too strong. And it was that pet play. We've seen them go for it a couple of times this afternoon. Tiger Lily's defence awake to it for the most part, but on that occasion, the gates, they opened up for Josie Strong. Had Davis in support, a brave call to throw the dummy and go, but that's good game sense from the lock forward. She could sense there Brittany Constable just backpedaling. Throws her away. Jess Surgis came from the clouds there in an attempt to deny one of her old Dragons teammates there. But it just came slightly too late. Now 16-4 the score. Strong will look to put this one through the posts, and with 13 minutes to go, a 14-point margin, you would think huge in the context of this one. We've seen games like this one, they can turn on a dime, but it'd certainly make the climb very, very steep for the Tiger Lilies.
Stand up now, boys. I mean, we haven't had any dramas all game, but keep those more coming in. Look like that. Take place.
So Strong again, she's taken this one a fair way back. Obviously likes to get some wind up on these kicks when she can. And she hammers that one into the car park. Strong. So 18-4 the score, 14 points the margin. And with 12 minutes to go, stranger things have happened. You would have to think that is the killer blow there from Strong. 14 points. The margin, the Tiger Lilies, they'll need to peg that back very quickly. Might even see Perhaps a short kickoff attempted. Although it doesn't look like that's what Pearce is going to go for. It looks like she'll go deep. And she will. Perhaps hoping for an error. And the ball, bouncing ball, and Lynx reels that one in, and she gets away there from the tackle of Whelan. In fact, I think it was Walters over there on that side. It was. Fletcher long ball there for Latu. Oh, it's Olivia Barry, in fact.
Let go now! Hold. Go 2. 10, you're not there. Good now, good now.
Melissa Sparrow, she's been good. The front row, I don't know if she's had a spell, but
hold.
Right in the thick of it whenever she's been on the park. Swan Hales on the short side. For Lynx steaming onto that one. She'll play to meter in from touch just short of halfway. Again, not the prettiest of sets, but I think Alicia Hawke down there on the sideline. She'll be happy just to see them get to a kick on this set. Have it all to do for the Tiger Lilies. Davis. She goes high into no man's land there, coming forward. Constable, but she was all around that. And that's hit the deck, and things just going from bad to worse for the Tiger Lilies here. The Cougars, they can sniff out that third trophy in as many seasons here. 10 minutes to go. Certainly if they get one more try, that will be all she wrote. The feed comes now on to Strong. 2 tries this afternoon, but she's not done yet. She's looking for that hat-trick. You would think a lock for the Julie Nicol medal, the lock forward. And Surges there. Dumps Shum on her back. Fletcher. On to Davis. Swan Hales now. Funnel. Funnel skips to the outside, though. A good tackle from Elliott on that side. Swan Hales is going to go that way again. Olivia Barry, she's come from the open to the blind side with her head of steam.
Let go of the ball.
She's just metres short. Some numbers on the blind side again. Swan Hales on the links. The tip on there. And Karina Bell just a little bit excited there. Couldn't reel that one in, although defence there it was Walters bearing down on her. So the game still well in hand for the Cougars, but they haven't quite put it to bed just there with 9 minutes to go. 14 points the margin. It's do or die time for the Tiger Lilies. They need to come away with points in this set to give themselves any chance of pulling it out at the back end. Constable with the first carry, and we'll see them both on this side. Messi surely coming out from Sam Bremner now. Get the ball in the hands of Apps, of Surgis, and try to give them some space. But Apps again, they just haven't given her any room to breathe. The Dragons, incumbent New South Wales skipper, as we see Surgis trying to push her way through. Shum around the bootlaces, drags her down. Blackwell. And you can certainly sense the urgency in their carry here, and we might see time off. I think it's Melissa Sparrow has copped a bit of a knock there. It was trying to make that tackle there on Surgis. 8 minutes 30, so the Tiger Lilies, they need points in this set. I imagine they'll look for taps, although they may, being dead centre of the park, just look to tap and go. But this stoppage here, playing into the Cougars' hands, they get a chance to get their defensive line set. And the Cougars, well, as we said, slower start to the season than they've typically had in recent years, but built into it nicely. And just the bogey side for the Tiger Lilies. Handed them their first regular season loss a month ago, and then bounced back in the major semi-final. Speaking to Coach Alicia Hawke during the week, she said her side would probably still come into this one as underdogs, but they've looked very much front runners all the way through. As you see Sparrow just still having a bit of strife on that ankle by the looks of things. we still wait on the diagnosis there. Corrimal medical staff doing their bit here. You can see the Corrimal defensive line now all lined up. Woman to woman there. They are ready. And nice to see there sportsmanship from Jess Surgis there, just checking in on Sparrow and how the damage is on that knee. She makes her way to the sideline. 8 minutes, 30 left on the clock, 18-4 the score to the Cougars. And I think most people came here this afternoon. There were just about all of them giving the Cougars more than a chance of winning this. Saren's put it down straight off the tap, and that'll just be about it, you would think. As I was saying, most people here this afternoon would have given the Cougars more than a chance of grabbing the win, but to do so in what's been pretty emphatic fashion, they've exceeded even their own expectations as Fletcher now on to Shum. She's been fantastic as well. Hard to find a bad player out there for the Cougars. Latu, the tip on there for Strong. Fletcher. Swan Hales. Funnel. She's on the scrum line there. 25 metres out. And a long pass there from Fletcher on to Katrina Latu.
Let go now, last tackle.
Lined out both sides of the ruck. A long ball there from Fletcher on to Davis. Davis into the line there. Shum coming onto that one.
Over.
And that's the last tackle. And I don't think Alicia Hawke will mind that at all. We've seen
Go, no tackle.
there's been one little blemish. It's been a couple of 7-tackle sets given away by the Cougars this afternoon. So I don't think Alicia Hawke too disappointed at all there to see the ball just handed over and let the Tiger Lilies do it out of their own end. So they've struggled for most of the afternoon.
Hold. Go to.
And so the Tigers, can they come up with something just to set up a sniff of a grandstand finish? And Surgis a dummy half.
Hold. Go for 12.
It's a good carry from Kiana Ray. And now it's Blackwell. She hasn't had a spell this afternoon. Blackwell industrious as always.
Hold. Tackle.
And Pearson, the kick down to Funnel. She's barely made a mistake this afternoon, Laura Funnel. She'll lap that kick up as well. And
Straight up now, 7.
that is just about it now. 6 minutes 12 on the clock. 18 for the score. The Corrimal Cougars.
1-on-1, play on, let go now.
Although that's a nice effort there from Whelan on that side. She's produced, in fact, it's Emma Walters producing the 1-on-1 strip.
Tammy, move. Hold.
That's Kerry Green now. Her first taste of the action. Apps near the line. Apps, she's going to
Move 13.
try to get across the line, get her side back into it.
Go 3.
Crane at dummy half. A long ball there for Pearson. Elliott. And she's tucked it under and they had numbers on the outside. Looked like an overlap there, but Elliott backed herself to get there. Dragged down just short. Saren now off her right foot. Saren still going. Well, she's into the in goal.
Short there, last tackle.
The Cougars defence again. Rising to the challenge.
Outside.
Pearson drops that on the toe. It's a neat little kick in behind. It's sitting up there, Davis. She'll have to kick that one dead. Shadowing that one, but 5 minutes to go. They'll take as much time as they can here, the Cougars, to get this restart underway. Looks like Jasmine Saren in a bit of strife there after that run and pushing her way to the in goal. Picked up a bit of a cork, perhaps.
All right, here we go. Stay behind.
So it'll force Bremner to go to her bench. And this is Anthea McGarrigle
Good, got 10.
injected into the action. And the short kick there from Davison, well reeled in there. Oh, I think it was
Let
Pinchinelli.
go now. Get it back. Hold. Go on.
And it is McGarrigle.
Play on.
The offload away for Blackwell. Jen Latu making that tackle. Will
Get in square, hold.
just haven't looked like piercing this line, the Tiger Lilies. And that pass, not the one Elliott was after. Apps juggles that one. Trying to get away from Shum, can't do it. And again, they're just not giving Apps a chance to breathe again this afternoon. Pearson off her right foot, then off her left, but Latu keeps her hands on the halfback's jersey, drags her down. Apps onto Green.
Up now, 12, last one. Hold, go.
Absolute last throw of the dice here for the Tiger Lilies. Constable, she puts the kick through. It's a neat one in behind. But Karina Bell there,
Held.
she does the clean-up work, and it'll be another repeat set, but really just into the countdown level here, the Cougars, and they don't look like surrendering their line here. They've still got a handy margin with 3 minutes 20 on the clock, a 14-point margin. They're not going to be reeled in from here, but not shying away from the task defensively. They want to keep a clean sheet in this second half. And as we've mentioned, the only blemish on the afternoon, an error hitting the deck, and Jess Surgis good enough to swoop on the scraps and run away to score, but that's the only points of the afternoon for the Tiger Lilies. Haven't been able to create anything with the footy, and Davis goes short again, looking for a bounce. It does bounce, but into the arms of the Tiger Lilies there. And McGarrigle, she just spills that one, and Fletcher coming away with the ball, and with 2 minutes 40 on the clock. Can't imagine we'll see too much adventure in this set from the Cougars. They're just getting a sniff of that title. They got one hand on it.
Move now. Hold. Go one.
And it's going to stay at Zeems Park again.
19, get
Been a
up.
tenant there for the last 2 years. Will almost signed the deed to it. 3 titles now in a row for the Cougars. And now Reduva
Move now.
steps away back inside wisely as the sideline loomed. Davis back on the inside for Strong. Strong.
All the way, 11.
Well, that's an indication of how she's been. She's really made it personal in the middle, Josie Strong, and been outstanding. Davis, that's a good shot from Blackwell. She'll play it midfield, last tackle. So they'll need to find an alternative kicker. Swan Hale's a good option there.
Got it.
And the Cougars now, 90 seconds left.
Straight up. Up now.
They'll enjoy this.
Go one.
Time to savour up these last moments as the clock counts down.
Move 11.
Although not shutting up shop on the bench, we see their hands clapping. They want to do it with an exclamation point. No points surrendered in this second half.
Hold here. Hold. Hold. Go 3.
Blackwell. She was best on ground for the Tiger Lilies last year, without a doubt, in a grand final defeat. She's been close to it again this afternoon, but the 5-time premiership winner, she'll have to wait for number 6. And Davis and Surgis will... That's been the battle this afternoon, a feature of this one. And Apps now are inside the final minute. She's got the arm free. Pearson into the clear. She's got supporting Constable. Constable and Davis comes again. Well, she hasn't scored one this afternoon, Keely Davis. You can put her down for 2, probably 3 try savers. And now she'll get penalised for a trouble as well. I don't think she'll mind that one. 29 seconds left, 18-4 the score. This one is done and dusted. The Cougars, champions again. Tiger Lilies, pure consolation they'll be looking for on this set.
Hold. Go one. Outside.
Pearson on to Elliott. And again, Olivia Barry on that side, the tackle.
Get in square and hold.
They're going to tackle all the way to the full-time siren here. 3 seconds left. And they do get across there finally, the Tiger Lilies, as the siren sounds. But it's all elementary time. Ticking it right down. It'll be 18-4 the score. Corrimal Cougars, they make it a 3-peat of titles. And as we said, this one's certainly one for the books. Gone undefeated in one of their previous premierships the last 2 years. No doubt coming into both seasons the best side on paper and showing it on the park, but this year, he said, really had to knock the house down and build it again. What a job they've done. Full credit to Alicia Kate Hawke, the coach, and the Insiga Cougars club. They continue to be the pride of the league. Emily Andrews getting the try over there. Pearson she'll attempt to add just a tad more respectability to this score. It's not a bad strike, but it is waved away full time in this one. The Illawarra Rugby League Women's Grand Final. The Cougars, champions for the third straight year. 18-8 winners over the Tiger Lilies. Well done again. Alicia Kate Hawke, the coach, and the entire Cougars club. Credit to themselves in the league. They continue to be. Thank you very much for joining us. I've been Miss Jennings from the Illawarra Mercury. What a day it's been. Certainly one to savour. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you out there next season somewhere in the Illawarra.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Collegian Sporting Complex. It's grand final time in the second division Shield in the Illawarra competition between the Western Suburbs Red Devils and the Wingdang Sharks. This is Johnny Pett calling all the live action for Bar TV Sports as we see the Western Suburbs Red Devils first onto the paddock, as we see the Wingdang Sharks led onto the paddock by their skipper Ryan Hodgson. The major semi-final only a few weeks to go was won by Western Suburbs. They were the first team into the grand final. That game was won in extra time.